When the whole world was watching Tesla and waiting for Elon Musk's next move, Japan's automotive giant Toyota was quietly preparing something of its own. There was no massive event or dramatic announcement, but Toyota's latest EV technology has attracted serious attention from Tesla, BYD, and other major automakers. Toyota's move is about more than just launching another electric car. The company is working on technology that could potentially change the EV industry, especially in terms of range, charging speed, battery technology, and affordability. This has raised an important question. Could Toyota become a serious threat to Tesla's dominance? Whenever we talk about electric vehicles, Tesla is one of the first companies that comes to mind. Elon Musk's company helped transform the EV industry with long-range cars, advanced software, impressive designs, and a strong focus on technology. But Toyota has been taking a very different approach. While Tesla focused heavily on fully electric vehicles, Toyota spent years developing hybrid technology. Cars such as the Prius showed that Toyota already had deep experience with electric powertrains, batteries, and fuel-efficient vehicles. The company simply chose to move more carefully rather than rushing into the EV market. Now, as demand for electric vehicles continues to grow, Toyota is increasing its focus on battery electric vehicles. One of the most exciting areas is Toyota's development of solid-state batteries. Compared with traditional lithium-ion batteries, solid-state technology could potentially offer higher energy density, faster charging, better durability, and improved safety. Toyota has discussed targets that could eventually mean extremely fast charging and driving ranges approaching 1,200 kilometers under certain conditions. If the company can successfully bring this technology into mass production, it could become a major turning point for the EV industry. Fast charging and long range have always been important selling points for electric vehicles. Tesla has built a strong reputation in these areas, but a major battery breakthrough from Toyota could increase competition significantly. Toyota also has another major advantage: manufacturing. The company has decades of experience producing reliable vehicles on a massive scale. Its production systems, supply chains, and quality control processes are among the strongest in the automotive industry. If Toyota combines this manufacturing expertise with advanced EV technology, it could potentially produce electric vehicles at very large volumes without sacrificing quality. Toyota is also investing in dedicated BEV production and advanced factories using automation, robotics, and artificial intelligence. This could help the company increase EV production and compete more directly with Tesla's highly efficient manufacturing model. However, Tesla still has an advantage in software, over-the-air updates, and autonomous driving technology. Tesla has invested heavily in artificial intelligence and software-based vehicle systems, areas where Toyota still has catching up to do. But Toyota is not ignoring these technologies. The company is also investing in AI, smart sensors, connected vehicles, and advanced driver assistance systems. If Toyota can combine strong hardware with competitive software, it could become a much more powerful EV competitor. Another important advantage for Toyota is its global reach. Tesla has a strong presence in major markets, but its vehicles are still relatively expensive in many countries. Toyota, on the other hand, has decades of experience selling affordable vehicles across both developed and emerging markets. This could be especially important in countries such as India, Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America, where price and practicality are major factors for consumers. Toyota's strategy, therefore, is not simply about building a car to compete with Tesla. It is about combining its existing strengths: reliability, manufacturing, global reach, and hybrid expertise with next-generation batteries, electric powertrains, AI, and advanced technology. Tesla may still be ahead in software and autonomous driving development, but Toyota has the resources and experience to close that gap. The real competition is only beginning. While the world has been focused on Tesla and Elon Musk, Toyota has been quietly preparing for the next stage of the automotive industry. If its solid-state battery technology and next-generation EV plans deliver what the company promises, the global EV market could become far more competitive. So, the question is no longer simply whether Toyota can compete with Tesla. The bigger question is what happens when one of the world's largest automakers combines massive manufacturing power with advanced battery technology and affordable electric vehicles. The next few years could be crucial, and the EV battle between Toyota, Tesla, BYD, and other major automakers is only getting started. The EV race is no longer just about speed, design, or performance. Today, the real competition is about battery technology, sustainable innovation, affordability, and global reach. Tesla may have the brand recognition and popularity, but Toyota has decades of experience, a powerful manufacturing system, and a massive global network. Now that Toyota is becoming much more aggressive with its electric vehicle strategy, companies like Tesla and BYD will have to pay close attention. So, can Toyota actually beat Tesla? We may not know the answer today. That battle will be decided over the next few years. But one Toyota EV has already started getting a lot of attention: the Toyota BZ5. This is the electric vehicle we mentioned earlier, and it could become an important competitor for both Tesla and BYD. Toyota introduced the BZ5 in China on May 16, 2025. It is a stylish fastback crossover EV, and its starting price is around $18,000. That price alone makes the vehicle interesting. Think about it. When vehicles like the Tesla Model Y can cost around $40,000 or more, Toyota offering an EV at less than half that price could significantly change the competition in the market. But the BZ5 is not only about affordability. Its design is also one of its biggest attractions. The Toyota BZ5 has a futuristic and premium-looking exterior, with sharp headlights, smooth body lines, and a sloping roof that gives it a sporty fastback appearance. At first glance, it certainly doesn't look like a typical budget EV. However, the real story begins when we look at the technology underneath. The BZ5 is built on Toyota's eTNGA electric vehicle platform, a modular architecture developed for battery-powered vehicles. This platform is designed to provide a strong and efficient structure while allowing the battery to be integrated into the vehicle's floor. That approach can help improve weight distribution, interior space, driving stability, and overall safety. The battery technology is another major part of the BZ5 story. The vehicle uses an LFP blade battery supplied by BYD, a battery technology known for its durability and safety characteristics. LFP batteries can handle a large number of charging cycles and are generally considered more resistant to thermal problems than some other battery chemistries. The BZ5 also supports fast charging, allowing the battery to reach a high level of charge in a relatively short period. But perhaps the most impressive part of the BZ5 is the combination of price and technology. At a starting price of around $18,000 in China, the vehicle offers features that are usually associated with much more expensive electric cars. These include advanced driver assistance systems, a digital instrument display, a large infotainment screen, and voice control features. Toyota has also included connected car technology, over-the-air software updates, and smartphone app controls, features that have become strongly associated with companies like Tesla. This raises an obvious question. How can the Toyota BZ5 compete with vehicles such as the Tesla Model Y and BYD Song Plus? One of Toyota's biggest advantages is not necessarily a single feature. It is the trust and infrastructure that the company has built over decades. Toyota is one of the world's largest automakers, with a huge manufacturing network, extensive service coverage, and a long-standing reputation for reliability. Tesla has achieved enormous success, but it has also faced criticism and challenges involving customer service, production, supply chains, and quality control in different markets. Toyota already has the manufacturing and service infrastructure needed to support a mass-market vehicle, and that could give the BZ5 a major advantage if the company expands it internationally. After its launch in China, Toyota has been looking at expanding its electric vehicle strategy into other Asian and European markets as well. The BZ5 is particularly interesting because it targets customers who want an electric vehicle, but don't necessarily want to spend the kind of money required for a premium EV. For middle-class families, affordability can be just as important as performance. Toyota is also focusing heavily on comfort and safety. The BZ5 comes with a range of safety and driver assistance technologies, including multiple airbags, lane-keeping assistance, automatic emergency braking, and advanced camera-based systems. This shows that Toyota isn't simply trying to build a cheap electric car. The company is trying to create a practical EV that combines modern technology, safety, comfort, and affordability. Now, if we compare it with the Tesla Model Y, the Model Y still has advantages in areas such as performance, software, and overall EV technology. But the Toyota BZ5 has a different strategy. It focuses more heavily on affordability, practicality, and mass-market appeal. BYD is another major competitor in this space, especially because of its strength in batteries and affordable electric vehicles. Interestingly, Toyota and BYD have also worked together in the EV space, showing just how quickly the automotive industry is changing. And that brings us to the bigger picture. The Toyota BZ5 is not simply another electric vehicle entering an already crowded market. It represents Toyota's attempt to combine its manufacturing strength and global reputation with modern EV technology and competitive pricing. If Toyota can successfully expand this kind of affordable electric vehicle into international markets, it could put significant pressure on both Tesla and BYD. The EV competition is no longer about who can build the fastest or most expensive electric car. The next stage is about who can build a reliable, technologically advanced, safe, and affordable EV and sell it to millions of people around the world. And with the BZ5, Toyota has made it clear that it wants to be part of that race. Tesla may have entered the EV market earlier, but now an experienced automotive giant like Toyota is stepping into the competition with a combination of technology, affordability, and global reach that could put serious pressure on both Tesla and BYD. This is only the beginning. In the coming years, Toyota's electric vehicles could be competing directly with Tesla on roads across the world. And if the company gets its strategy right, these cars could even become the first choice for many customers. The secret behind Toyota's strength. One of Toyota's biggest advantages comes from its long experience with hybrid vehicles. While Tesla and BYD focused heavily on fully electric vehicles, Toyota spent years developing and improving hybrid technology. This gave the company valuable experience with batteries, electric motors, energy efficiency, and power management systems. Because of this long-term development, Toyota has built both technological expertise and strong customer trust. That is one of the reasons Toyota's hybrid vehicles continue to sell in huge numbers around the world. But now, Toyota is moving beyond hybrids and increasing its focus on fully electric vehicles. The scale of the company becomes clear when we look at its overall sales. In 2024, Toyota sold roughly 10.3 million vehicles worldwide. During the same period, Tesla sold around 1.8 million vehicles, while BYD sold approximately 3 million. Of course, Tesla and BYD remain major forces in the electric vehicle market. But when we look at the entire automobile industry, Toyota is operating on a completely different scale. So, the real question is, can Toyota use this massive advantage to become a serious leader in the EV market? The answer appears to be yes, and Toyota is preparing aggressively. The company has been developing a new EV strategy, and one of its most important areas of focus is solid-state battery technology. Solid-state batteries could potentially offer several advantages over today's conventional lithium-ion batteries. They are expected to provide faster charging, higher energy density, improved safety, and potentially much longer driving ranges. Toyota has talked about future EVs that could potentially charge in around 10 minutes and travel more than 1,000 kilometers on a single charge under certain conditions. If Toyota can actually achieve these targets at a commercial scale, it could be a major breakthrough. Imagine an electric vehicle that can travel twice as far as many current EVs and recharge in a fraction of the time. That kind of technology could dramatically change how people think about electric vehicles. But Toyota's advantage isn't only about batteries. Another major strength is its enormous manufacturing and supply chain network. Toyota already has factories, parts suppliers, dealerships, and service networks across major markets around the world. This infrastructure gives the company something that many newer EV manufacturers are still trying to build. Tesla, for example, needs to invest heavily in new factories and expand its infrastructure whenever it enters new markets. Toyota already has a global presence. BYD has also been expanding internationally, but a large part of its business is still connected to China and selected overseas markets. Toyota, meanwhile, already has decades of experience operating across North America, Europe, India, Africa, Latin America, and many other regions. This could become a huge advantage when Toyota begins producing and selling EVs at much larger volumes. Instead of starting from scratch, Toyota can use its existing manufacturing and distribution network to bring electric vehicles to millions of customers. Toyota is also developing dedicated battery electric vehicle platforms designed specifically around the requirements of EVs. These platforms focus on factors such as battery placement, weight distribution, power delivery, efficiency, and driving performance. Software is another area where Tesla has traditionally had an advantage. Tesla's vehicles are heavily software-driven, with features such as over-the-air updates, advanced driver assistance systems, and a highly digital user experience. Toyota knows that software will be just as important as hardware in the future of the automotive industry. That is why the company is investing in digital cockpits, artificial intelligence, connected car technology, and advanced driver assistance systems. Toyota is also working with major technology and automotive suppliers to strengthen its capabilities in these areas. At the same time, Toyota is focusing heavily on affordability. While many advanced EVs remain expensive for ordinary buyers, Toyota understands that the real global opportunity lies in the mass market. Models such as the BZ5 demonstrate the company's intention to offer electric vehicles at prices that can reach a much wider group of customers. And this is where the competition becomes particularly interesting. Toyota is not trying to compete with Tesla only through performance or technology. It is bringing together several advantages at the same time: massive production capacity, a global supply chain, established customer trust, battery research, and affordable EVs. If Toyota successfully commercializes its solid-state battery technology, the impact could be significant, not just for Tesla, but for the entire EV industry. But there is another interesting question. If electric vehicles are supposed to be the future, why did Toyota spend so many years continuing to invest in hybrids while companies like Tesla went almost entirely electric? Why didn't Toyota simply follow the trend? The answer goes deeper than it may seem. Toyota has never been a company that simply follows whatever is popular at the moment. Instead, it has traditionally focused on long-term strategies, testing technologies carefully before committing huge resources to them. And that philosophy may explain why Toyota took a different path in the EV race. Toyota's approach is simple. It studies the situation, understands the technology, and then moves forward when the timing is right. The company does not believe that fully electric vehicles are the only answer for the future. Instead, Toyota follows a philosophy of using the right technology at the right time. And right now, Toyota believes hybrid technology is still one of the most practical solutions for the needs of today. To understand why, we need to go back to 1997. That was the year Toyota introduced the Prius, one of the world's first mass-produced hybrid cars. At a time when most vehicles were still completely dependent on petrol and diesel engines, Toyota introduced a combination of a conventional engine and an electric motor. This helped improve fuel efficiency while also reducing emissions. More than 2 decades later, as the world moves rapidly toward electric vehicles, Toyota is still following a similar philosophy. The company sees hybrid technology as a bridge between traditional fuel-powered vehicles and fully electric cars, a middle ground that combines the advantages of both. One of Toyota's biggest arguments is the lack of charging infrastructure. In countries such as the United States and parts of Europe, EV charging networks are developing rapidly. But in many other parts of the world, charging infrastructure is still limited. In countries across India, Africa, South America, and other parts of Asia, many consumers are still hesitant to purchase a fully electric vehicle because they worry about finding a charging station during a long journey. A hybrid vehicle removes much of that concern. A hybrid combines a petrol engine with an electric motor and battery system. The battery can be recharged through the vehicle system while driving, meaning the driver does not have to depend entirely on public charging stations. At the same time, the electric motor helps reduce fuel consumption and improve overall efficiency. That is one reason Toyota's hybrid models continue to perform strongly in many markets, including vehicles such as the Camry Hybrid, Corolla Hybrid, and Innova Hi-Cross. Another major reason Toyota continues to support hybrids is reliability. Fully electric vehicles are still relatively new compared with traditional cars, and some consumers remain concerned about battery life, maintenance, replacement costs, and resale value. Toyota's hybrid technology, on the other hand, has been tested in real-world conditions for many years. Its hybrid systems have developed a reputation for durability and efficiency, giving customers greater confidence when purchasing these vehicles. There is also an environmental argument. One of the main reasons governments and manufacturers are promoting EVs is to reduce fuel consumption and carbon emissions. Hybrid vehicles can also contribute to this goal by using electric power to reduce the amount of petrol required. Compared with conventional petrol vehicles, hybrids can significantly reduce fuel consumption and emissions, depending on the model and driving conditions. However, Toyota also understands that the automotive industry is moving toward full electrification. The company is closely monitoring the EV market and investing heavily in research and development, especially in next-generation battery technology, such as solid-state batteries. If this technology becomes commercially practical, it could potentially address two of the biggest concerns surrounding EVs: charging time and driving range. Toyota's long-term plan is therefore not to ignore electric vehicles, but to introduce them more aggressively when the technology becomes mature, affordable, and practical for a much larger number of customers. Until then, Toyota sees hybrids as a sensible solution for people who cannot fully depend on charging infrastructure or live in areas where EV charging stations are still limited. There is another factor behind Toyota's hybrid strategy: resources. Producing large numbers of EVs requires significant quantities of battery materials such as lithium, nickel, and other minerals. These resources are not unlimited, and increasing demand could create additional challenges for the global automotive industry. Hybrid vehicles generally require smaller battery packs than fully electric cars. This means manufacturers can use fewer battery materials while still delivering better fuel efficiency than conventional vehicles. For Toyota, this creates a balance between affordability, resource usage, emissions reduction, and practicality. So, Toyota has no immediate intention of abandoning hybrid technology. Instead, the company is taking a long-term approach. Its hybrid vehicles can be seen as a transition between traditional petrol-powered cars and the fully electric vehicles of the future. And if Toyota eventually succeeds in bringing its solid-state battery technology to mass production, the company could become an even stronger competitor in the EV market. Until that happens, Toyota plans to continue making the most of its hybrid technology while preparing for the next generation of electric vehicles. That strategy is what makes Toyota different from many of its competitors. The company isn't simply chasing the latest trend. It is trying to prepare for the future while continuing to meet the needs of customers today. And perhaps that long-term approach could become one of Toyota's biggest strengths in the rapidly changing automotive industry. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with the latest developments in technology, electric vehicles, battery innovation, and the future of mobility, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell.